Hey, Gabax here. So I want to go through the best budget team to kind of work for, kind of get at launch. They'll be very affordable. That's why it's the budget team. We don't know prices right off the bat because the game isn't officially out yet, but my experience with the Madden 21 beta and the hacked in new beta and 20 and everything that, Madden is, lends me to know these cards are going to be effective in what we're going to see. Now, some of these cards are very well going to outplay cards much higher overall than them. Some of them won't because you're going to have to make some sacrifices, especially at the lineman spot. The linemen are pretty basic. Let's get through it though. Let's start with them because they're so basic. And one more thing I want to note. So your budget team won't be exactly the same because you're going to choose a team captain. And if you grind the solos with a lot of this budget team, then I really suggest you go for a lot of these cards because they're fucking powerful. Rivals, NFL epics that you can get 4 new players that are 85 overall. Some of these cards, I think some of these cards will be better than like that Larry Fitzgerald. These receivers that are going to give you are better than him, but like I think you're going to have a good time with this team overall at the start. So let's just go through linemen. You guys know my opinion on linemen. They're obviously they're needed, but they aren't that good. So I think what I'm going to give you guys are the best run blockers that are golds. So they're all going to be 79, 78, 77s-ish, but I don't want to go above that because especially the left guard, these cards, because there's so few left guards, might be kind of expensive at the launch as we've seen in previous years. So we're definitely going with golds, Lake and Tomlinson here. Run block 77, right? So that way you can run dives is basically what I'm going here. The tackles, run blocking as pass rushing. If you go against somebody with an ability, you're just gonna get effed up anyways. So it doesn't matter what kind of offensive lineman you have. So we're just gonna go basic gold, high gold offensive lineman. Kind of just sit there. But I don't think you're gonna notice that big of difference because Madden's has struggled for years to do proper offensive line play. So there you go. There's your 5 gold offensive linemen. You could go lower to start off if, maybe you have fewer coins to spend. It's definitely the last place you want to upgrade on your field. Now, this budget team is going to have, I think, 4 elites with only one of them over an 81 overall. One of those 81s is right here. Now, George Kittle's obviously going to be expensive on launch being as he's one of the highest overalls. I'm going to say Darren Waller is going to be your number 1. Why? Because he's fast. And if we look deeper into the card, by the way, I'm on Mutthead. He's 6'6" for their team builder, in case you want to know where I am. Mutthead team builder. He's 6'6", run block 61, which is very good for a tight end. And he's got good speed at 82 for a tight end. So he's just like that Larry Fitzgerald I was talking about with the NFL Epic, 85 overall. This card's only 1 speed slower than a wide receiver. A wide receiver 4 higher overall. So this Waller card, I think a lot of people, he's going to be a very good tight end this year, just like he was last year. But I think he should be your number 1. Number 2, I generally go with a better run blocker because you'll be in 2 tight end sets. I will say if you do like something like an ace slot where you send him out, ace slot offset or something where you send him out on routes, then you'll probably want somebody faster. So I'll give you both, right? A good run blocker, just in case it's like goal line situations. Mercedes Lewis, he's got a phenomenal run block. I guess we can bring up his card while we talk about him. 75 run block, one of the best run blocking tight ends in the game. You can always put a tackle there too. Oh no, I lost my budget team. I accidentally closed it. Let's see if I can't find that again. I accidentally screwed up. All right, here we are. We're back. So Mercedes Lewis is there. And then if you do want somebody a little bit better, a solid gold card, again, somebody fast to kind of stretch and hurt the defense, Evan Ingram. Let me zoom out a little bit, I think. I want to, so you can see a little bit more. Let's go like this. That didn't really help, did it? Evan Ingram here. 83 speed on a 6'3 body. So not as good a Waller, in my opinion, due to the lower run block. But very great budget baller, this Ingram. And I think you're going to have fun with him. All right, wide receiver. Now, this is where we get to really the difference makers. These guys are phenomenal. Now, outside wide receivers, the stereotypical players are taller on the outsides and kind of more shifty on the inside. That's what I'm going to do here for you. My number 1 is going to be, he's going to be taking a while. Let's go Mr. Anderson. Robbie Anderson as the stats. Now, he's not the fastest guy in the field with only 86 speed, but he's going to be kind of cheap. 6'3" is a nice size body for a receiver. Obviously, if you go team captain McCaffrey, replace this card with that Ed McCaffrey card because he's 6'5", and kind of neat. So overall, good speed, not great, and then good height. Otherwise, I don't have a problem with you putting somebody. I'm going to put my number 4 spot, Henry Ruggs. You guys can't see it that high, can you? I don't know. I gotta move this down today. There it is, Ruggs. All right, Ruggs here. 89 speed on this card. So if you want somebody at 5'11", that's like 3 speed faster, I'm fine with you putting Ruggs right here instead of Anderson. But I kind of want to go a little bit bigger body to start off with. My number 2 receiver, of course, you know, as Agent Kralo says, the old Metcalf. 87 speed at 6'3", beautiful. 87 jump there, nice big body. And in the middle, one of the most game-changing receivers in the game, and has been for a while at the start at least, John Ross. 89 speed again. Now, you're not going to have enough funds initially to go Tyreek Hill, but he's obviously the step up from John Ross. John Ross himself, don't expect him to like catching traffic very well. 62 there, 66 catching. So it is a little bit worrisome. You know, you don't want to throw him too much over the middle, but throw him the ball on drags and let him get some yak yardage. Halfback, again. We're going to look. Wait, did I say that wrong? Yeah, Breida. 86 speed at 5'10", one of the faster running backs to launch. Even though he can't truck people, even though he can't like evade people or do anything great, you're basically going to hit the hole, hit the ball hole fast, and maybe find a lane and kind of get through it. Use your left thumbstick to kind of maneuver past guys. Right thumbstick won't be doing you any benefits. This one is going to be another fast card. Jonathan Taylor, I think 4.39 he ran, and it just ripped. 85 speed on him at 5'10", which is whatever, but I think he's in for a big year. I want him on my fantasy teams, but I might not get him. I think the hype is there for him. A.J. Dillon is more of a trucking big body guy. Although his truck is only 65, I do like Dillon's weight of 247. That's why I went with him. 81 speed, not really a burner, but it's not bad. But 247 to kind of like hit it and fall forward. I do want that extra weight there, as we've seen in the past with like, you know, Derrick Henry falling forward so much. There was a fall forward chem this year. Might be insane. But overall, I like this tandem. You might not need 3 running backs, so just Matt Breida and Jonathan Taylor are fine, or Matt Breida and A.J. Dillon as the change of pace for halfback dies. Quarterback is going to be the highest overall card on the field. You guys know through using Aaron Rodgers last year how quick his release was in 20. Throw power. The reason I'm choosing him is because of the threshold of 80 accuracy. Anything below 80 on accuracy, you're basically going to miss the broadside of a barn. Now, we saw like how well we can chem up players this year. Chemistries on player like goes to like 11, right? You can get +5 on some of them. So while Rodgers, I'm like, okay, sure, you can always chem him up and chem up other quarterbacks. I'm fine with that. He's not mobile. So you can get somebody, if you get that free Lamar Jackson too, if you have the MVP edition, he'd be good there. But you do have to chem him up. So I'm just going to go Aaron Rodgers, no chem. But you could totally get away with somebody lower overall, like in the high golds. Say you get Josh Allen's non-usable. Carson Wentz doesn't look, I mean, if you can, the thing is, you need all your accuracies over 80. Can I get somebody close to it? Garoppolo? Dang. Roethlisberger? No. Matt Drew Brees reward. If you play Madden 20, you could take him, but yeah, it's rough. That's really kind of why I went with Rodgers, because he was like the lowest overall to hit all those at 80. Because you can only sometimes you can chem up multiple accuracies, but a lot of times you can't chem up medium and deep. So you really do need it all. So Aaron Rodgers, definitely something that you should go for right away. Fullback, I went with Andy Janovich, 79 overall, due to the lead block, run block, decent speed on him. He might be expensive as fullbacks are kind of rare out of pack, so you can always go lower. I don't really use fullback in my scheme a lot, but if you do, you might need someone like that. All right, defense. So my offense, I had 2 elites on offense, and the rest gold. And these wide receivers are going to play for you like gold. These guys are just going to burn. You're going to fall in love with those guys. If you use other cards and then you switch over to these guys, you're going to notice an immediate difference. Those cards are going to be crazy for you. All right, defense. Let's start at the linebacking core. Now, linebacking core, I will probably be using to start a linebacker. And Devin White, 6 foot, 85 speed, the fastest linebacker, I think on launch. This guy might be the fastest, or pretty close. I think I saw maybe an 84 speed guy. 77 overall gold. He might be pricey, but this is a gold user, right? And then for the number 2, you can get our solid Devin Bush. What's great about Devin Bush is he's got better hit power, right? 81 hit power with the 83 speed, although he's 1 inch shorter. You can't underrate hit power because that's what you need to cause some fumbles. And we'll see how big fumbles are this year and if it matters as much, because if players are holding on the ball a lot, then whatever. But yeah, even like Bobby Wagner, while Bobby Wagner has a lot of better like other stats like pursuit, zone, hit power, Not being able to catch up to ball carriers at 79 speed, Bobby Wagner, I think, is actually going to play worse than Devin Bush and Devin White. Just because you need that speed there to get to the outside, to cover receivers, all that stuff. Left outside linebacker. So I'm kind of basing this on more of a 3-4 type of scheme, but I think 4-3 will have to decide how good it is and check it out. But I'm going to go right here, Leonard Floyd. Now, Leonard Floyd isn't an amazing pass rusher. Block side's only 70, but he is 6'5", 78 speed, so he's a pretty decently fast and a large body. I really like large bodies out of my field for defense. Kind of swat some balls down. They just cover more ground. It's just physics. And then he's got decent speed, too, at 78, which I don't hate. And then another one, this Bud's for you. Bud Dupree, 6'4", 80 speed, so a little, like 1 inch shorter, 2 speed faster. He is a little bit better pass rusher. Hit power at 81, maybe a forced fumble too. But I like this athletically gifted linebacking core. They're going to move better than just about any linebacking core, and you're going to be able to defend with them because they can cover space, unlike a lot of other linebackers, even the ones that are smarter. These ones will probably play just as good, if not better. Now, this strong safety is probably the crux of the whole defense. This card is legitimately insane and is going to be Madden legend. You know, the rookie premier master Isaiah Simmons is crazy, but we're going to have to go for the budget team. The 76 overall Simmons, 85 speed at 6'4" for a safety. So if you want to use your safety, or you can sub it in nickel packages, amazing. The thing is, like, he's 4 inches taller than Devin White, yet moves the same. 85 speed on him. Now, change of direction's kind of a big deal this year. It's a new stat that they brought in to they split agility in half. Change of direction on him, 77. So it's obviously less than like the agility that you might have seen in previous years. Whereas we'll take a look at Devin White's change of direction. His is 75. So Isaiah Simmons can move better agility and change of direction if we compare the two. Yeah, agility 82 and versus 73. So Isaiah Simmons going to be taller, going to be a much better user. He's going to feel a lot better out there in the field for it. So obviously you want to use him. But Devin White is not too shabby either. Free safety. This is a place that I'm actually going to go a little bit high. I'm going to go to an 80 overall. I like his speed, and I like the zone coverage. The zone coverage I feel like needs to be over 75 to get because there's under that and you won't react. Over that you'll react okay. Like when the ball's halfway or more. And then when it's at 90 or above, you react after the ball's left the hand, but not too far. Do you see what I'm saying? So there was thresholds last year, and so that's kind of what I'm going with. And Justin Reed just seems to play well. I don't know. Justin Reed just seems to do well. If you really want to, though, cheap out a little bit, somebody a little bit more dumb, Troy Apke's always a glitch in salary cap. 88 speed, 89 acceleration, 6'1", so a good body. The problem is his zone means he won't be reacting to balls thrown near him very fast at all. So Apke, he's an idiot, but he's a fast idiot, so we love him. At least the Madden community does. Maybe other people don't for whatever reason. Maybe he's just kind of a jerk. I don't know. I know nothing about him. All right, let's go with thick boys next. Now, these aren't going to be the thickest boys for a 3-4, and you can argue maybe this is a bad idea, but I've had 350-pounders. I've seen Gilbert Brown push back one-on-one, so I don't know if I rely on – I don't really look at strength or weight as much for linemen as they really should matter. I look at for running backs because that means they can fall forward. But linemen, it's still based off stats. So block shit at 80, finesse moves at 80. Jerry Hughes is good, right? Jerry Hughes for years has been a great budget guy. So he's going to be our core gold right end to start. You're like, oh, 80, that's not good. Well, you just need to get guys like that, right? When you look at the best run block shedding defensive tackle, he's got 75 for gold. Sorry, best gold block shedding defensive tackle. 75 block shed. So Hughes block shed's better than him. Obviously, Delvin Tomlinson is a lot thicker. So if you believe in weight, there it is. We are running a 3-4, but if you do want to run a 4-3, I actually don't mind those linebackers that I put out there in a 4-3 either. Deron Payne here with block shed 74. Not a great interior pass rush presence, but if you want pass rush pressure, you're going to have to scheme it up with a team like this. Because pass rush pressure is generated by abilities or a blitz. And this one recently retired Aaron Lynch because he's got 78 block shed. He saw, he played for the Jags for a little bit and he's like, I'm out. Aaron Lynch. So he's retired, but not a bad. So I kind of like this all-purpose defensive line. Cornerbacks, you know me. We want speed. Dante Jackson, 89 speed, right? Because Tyreek Hill is going to be on a few teams, and you need players that are able to stop Tyreek Hill, right? It's a speed and a stop speed meta. And you want to be on top of the meta, and so you need guys to stick with it. So while his like intangibles, his man zone, his thought type stuff isn't great, 89 speed, so that way you won't get beat over top, right? If they can just run a streak on you and win, you hate life. And this is also why I went with another 81. Like, my corners are both elites because of how much I need these corners to play for me. He's 88 speed, Denzel Ward. So 80 and 81 are two of my elites that I need in my team. Here we're going to go with somebody a little bit stupid. Fabian Morno, zone coverage at 61, man coverage at 60. He is a nickel player, so he won't react well to the ball being thrown, zone, man, that kind of stuff, but he is fast, and that's kind of what we need, because if you're man up on somebody and you're not fast as them, you're gonna lose. If you man up on somebody but you are as fast as them but you have low man coverage, there's still a chance you can keep up with them. That's my thinking. And then right here on dime packages, Anthony Brown, because he's got 87 speed. And especially if you're on if you're in a dime set or dollar set where you have 4 DBs, blitzing fast guys off the corner is better than blitzing slow guys. So if you go like that, DB blitz 2, and these guys come off the edge, you want them to get the quarterback fast and slower. So there it is. There's the best budget team. Literally amazing players. You could compete online day one with this team. Clearly, you're going to want to choose a captain. You might want to grind some solos out, but this team is going to perform for you. And I think you'll be satisfied. Maybe you'll be a little frustrated with the lack of mobility on Rodgers. You'll have the pocket pass until maybe you get like a more mobile player, a Russell Wilson, Lamar. But you got to chem up Lamar. But yeah, I'm excited. This team looks phenomenal. But that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that helped. These are the glitches